All right, everybody. Welcome back to In the Pit with Jeff. We'll say this is part one of the Waco biplane build. Just a little sport flyer. Um, it was gifted to my dad. His friend moved out to BC a long time ago, and my dad started doing a few things to it, and never got around to finishing it. So I brought down the wing. This is the upper wing. I brought it down and dusted it off and gave it a Lysol wipey down. And same with, come over here, same with the little tiny bottom wing. Just cleaned her off. So I thought I would do this, knock this out in between jobs of the Mustang and that, waiting for glue to dry. So our first problem was, well, actually a couple problems. I don't know if anybody's ever seen these connectors for ailerons, and that it's cable driven, and it just will work on your. Basically, what you do is sorry about that. Basically, you have that on your mid out of the way. Stick your push rods for your bell cranks for the ailerons through there. Tighten them up with the set screws, and then the servo arm screws to the servo. One battle was I had to find a servo arm to fit the JR servo. I got JR ones, but they're heavy duty, bigger ones. So then you just screwed some holes into the servo arm, couple screws, put that into there. I just had that screw in there just to line up the two while I drilled the holes in the servo arm. And then I banged out just now, a new aileron servo bracket, piece of aluminum, bent up, drilled. Sorry about that. Still drying. Drilled for the servos, and then two screws back there. I'll probably just put a bit of glue on the front part. Should have made the side tangs a little bit wider, so I could have put a screw there and there. But anyways, so that'll get screwed. Servo gets screwed to the mount. Servo arm gets screwed to the servo. Then it gets dropped in as one assembly. Basically, really quick to lay one out. Just have a piece of aluminum that's pretty well the right width for everything I want to do. And just drop just basically lay out the servo. I'm sorry about the glare on the light there. Lay out the width of the servo. Like so. And the height of the servo. Just mark a line. Laid out the ears. Mark that to get cut out. And then basically what I do is I used just my scroll saw, do the long cut, and then I just hacksawed down to this line, down to that line, stood it up in the vise, so the jaw's right on the center line, pair of vice grips on there, wiggled it back and forth, and broke that center section out. And while it's in the vise, carefully bend the ears around so that you get your 90. And then I just make up some triangle blocks out of some 1/4 inch plywood, and because it's buttoned up against a bend, if you just knock the corner off, you can get your block to go in there pretty well square. Yeah, so that's pretty well what we've done on that. So we got the servo bracket, solved. Got this arm problem solved. So we'll be able to knock out the top wing. It's just ailerons on the top. Alrighty, just thought I'd give you a quick update on what we're doing with the, I guess it's the Waco bite from in the pit with Jeff. Talk to you guys all later. Be safe. Bye.